What is going on, guys? My name is Cosmix and welcome to another discussion video, but this time it's about Call of Duty, and I'm going to talk about whether or not Call of Duty is the same each year or whether it's different. And as for the gameplay, it's probably going to be Modern Warfare 3 most likely, because I recently picked that up again because I wanted to get the Infinity Ward feel for the game since the newly announced, obviously, Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer. Now I wanted to get a bit more of an Infinity Ward feel for the game, which is also a topic I'm going to touch on when I get into it properly. So, like, getting into the details, basically what it is loads of people say, oh, COD's the same shit each year, it doesn't change. In one sense, I agree with them, and by that, because essentially it is just like the same game with a fresh paint coat, or a fresh coat of paint, sorry. Basically it's usually got better graphics, new guns, and sometimes they're not even that new guns, sometimes they're just repeats, new perks, or reintroduce perks from previous games, or improve the perks, and then new kill streaks, or a new way to get kill streaks, like a score streak maybe. Instead they have the point system. So essentially it's been always running on the same engine. Graphically they haven't looked that much different. Obviously they improve every time, but they haven't been like absolutely like a ginormous leap. But obviously they do get better as time goes on. But then in another sense, I find, like, due to the fact that Call of Duty, like, obviously it's owned by Activision, but then it's split between Infinity Ward and Treyarch, I think that is one of the best ideas they could have done, because even though, like I've just said then, people think it's the same game, personally, I can't deny the fact that each game between Treyarch and Infinity Ward has a different feel. And by that I mean, for instance, Black Ops 2, right? When I've been recently going back and playing Modern Warfare 3, like I was saying, due to the gameplay, it's not as fast paced as Black Ops 2, and I think that's solely down to the game company that creates it. You know, whether it be Infinity Ward or Treyarch. I think Treyarch have been going for more fast paced games, especially with Black Ops 2, whereas Modern Warfare 3, it's more slow paced, and you've got to be more careful in a sense, so that's how I feel when playing it anyway. But obviously Black Ops 2 is more fast paced. But as for Ghosts, which is obviously coming out November 5th, I believe that is going to be extremely fast paced, because Black Ops 2 got such a good reception. Because since probably Modern Warfare 2, for me, Black Ops 2 has been the best one since then. Modern Warfare 2 still beats that, just like I've said in many videos. I've played that game so much back in the day. I sound like an old person, it wasn't that long ago, but you know what I mean. I played so much of that game, so Modern Warfare 2 is there. But anyway, I'd say Black Ops 2 is the best game since then for me. And I think it's the same for a lot of people, because they've done so many things right with that game. It's faster paced, the pick 10 system works well. You know, they do change a lot of things, really. It's just essentially, it's the same game, an arcade style shooter, but just looks different, and improve it little by little. And I'm not bothered with that. Some people think paying £40 or $60 like every year is a bad thing, and I can understand for some people it is, but it's not exactly the same game. That's just what I wanted to try and get across. Personally, I feel it's a different game each time, but it's still good old Call of Duty. It's, you know, like the saying, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. That's what I feel Call of Duty is. And as for Ghosts, as I was going back, I think with like the new movement features they've introduced, Infinity Ward are trying to make it fast paced like Black Ops 2, and giving you a ton load of customization, as probably many of you know. I don't want to do like a Ghosts information video, because that's already been done by all the bigger YouTubers. I just want to say, like, I think Ghosts will be on par with Black Ops 2 when it comes to the pace of the game. I think it will be fast paced. Obviously the customization, like, you can do it down to like everything now, even what your character looks like, which I wasn't that bothered about that, because it's a first person shooter. The only thing you see is the arms, really. But I suppose when you're looking at others and others are looking at you, but still I don't really pay attention to that. I think they are going in the right direction with that. But then, even with Ghosts, some people still aren't happy, even though they have improved a lot. I understand they haven't made like a gigantic like update, or they haven't like changed the whole gameplay around the controls, nothing like that. You know, it's still going to be Call of Duty at heart. which, like I said, I don't mind. But if there was a major change, sorry, people would bitch about that as well. Like, it seems to be that people are never happy when it comes to Call of Duty. They either love it or hate it, or are in the middle like me. There's times when I absolutely hate it just because you have a bad game, but then there's other times when I can't get enough of it. But if, like, Activision or Infinity Ward or Treyarch or whatever decides that, you know what, let's, like, scrap the game, build it from the bottom up, and give it a fresh new, like, controls, the way it plays, like, map size, that sort of stuff, people would complain and bitch. And another thing what kind of, like, annoys me is the moment one game copies off another, like, for instance, Call of Duty copying off Battlefield, like, people bitch. But then, like, Battlefield could copy off Call of Duty and people would bitch. You know, there's always going to be competition, isn't there, between first-person shooters, and people are going to take ideas from others. That's how, like, games grow. I know, like, there's still two exactly different games, Battlefield and Call of Duty, and I don't really know why I'm getting into Battlefield, so I'm just going to basically leave it there. But that's basically also what I wanted to kind of talk about. Like, is Call of Duty really the same every year? In my opinion, yes, but no, I can't really decide, because it is Call of Duty. It's like an arcade shooter, but then it's not, because there's loads of, like, implemented new features, especially coming with ghosts, such as the new customization, the new way you pick perks, and I think they're going in the right direction with it. So let me know in the comments below what you think about whether Call of Duty does stay the same each year, or whether it doesn't, whether you like Call of Duty, whether you don't. And yeah, I'd like to hear some feedback. Oh, sorry, before I end this video, there's one last thing I want to mention, and that is, with Call of Duty Ghosts coming out, there's one thing that I think is going to hold it back from properly changing of Call of Duty, and I think that is the fact that it's coming out on current gen consoles as well as next gen, and that it's good and bad in, like, two ways for me. It's good because everyone gets to play. You know, people who aren't ready to jump to the next generation consoles can still enjoy Call of Duty at its finest. Say it's probably going to be the last Call of Duty on current gen. I don't know yet, but you know, I think because it's still on current gen, they're still working with old hardware as well as new hardware, so I don't think they can fully, like, take advantage of the next gen hardware, whether it be Xbox One or PlayStation 4. They can in some ways, like graphics and servers, like it was announced today at the Gamescom, Microsoft Gamescom press conference, that it's going to have dedicated servers on Xbox One. I don't know about PS4 yet, but I know that for Xbox One. But yeah, I think the fact that it's still getting done on old hardware holds it back from being a much different game. But then again, they'll make more money in the long run, because you know, you've got all the people who will buy it on the current gen, and then all the people who will buy it on the next gen. So essentially, it's like double the copies sold, basically. Especially if you're probably going to be like me and probably buy it on both, basically, for the fact that I think they might be doing an offer where if you buy Call of Duty for the 360 or PlayStation 3, you might be able to trade it in and pay so much to get it upgraded to the next gen copy. And it was announced as well that all your stats will carry on over to the next gen, but that's what it works with Xbox. Don't know about PlayStation. I know that Battlefield 4 is doing that with PlayStation, but as for Call of Duty, I'm not 100% sure on that. So if you're like me and going to buy it on both, most likely, then, well, yeah, the Infinity Ward and Activision is sitting in the money. Not that they aren't already, but you know what I mean. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Like I said before, comment below, let me know what you think, and if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, and if you really enjoy my content, leave a subscribe. It'd help me out a lot and be much appreciated. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. What?